What is going on, guys? Chris Edlin here with CL Fish Bro, and today I'm actually going to paint up some baits that I like to use for nighttime walleye fishing in the spring. These baits were actually designed by a buddy of mine, James Trujillo. He does a lot of night walleye fishing out here in Colorado, and I really like these patterns, so I'm going to go ahead and try and paint them up for you guys. If you haven't seen my previous videos, we always start out with a white base coat, so let me go ahead and snap to getting that white base coat on there, as well as when you're using an airbrush, make sure you go light to dark in color. So here's the white base coat put on the bait, and we are just gonna go ahead and add a pearlized silver to the bait. This is a vampire perch that we're painting up, so we're gonna add the silver to the entire bait body. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up the airbrush and start painting. You won't notice a drastic difference from the white to the silver quite yet. You will once the bait is done. You're gonna get that nice sheen that you see right there. That is kind of how you know you've done it correctly. So the next step, we are gonna go ahead and add a red to the bait. We wanna add that to the tip and the tail. So I will probably start about here on the bait, go back, and then from there forward. And then we also, don't forget, we will do the back of the bait with kind of a black at the end. So let's go ahead and load up the airbrush, and you're gonna wanna turn down your PSI for these colors with the detail painting. So I turned down my PSI, and now I'm just gonna spray the tail. I like to go a little bit darker on these colors because I feel like they shine better in the end result. Once you add the clear coat on and glitter and whatever else you wanna add to the bait to give it some flash, the colors kind of dull out. So that is kind of the distance that you wanna go back on the bait with the red, and then make sure you get the snout there. Don't worry about spraying the eye hooks. That can all be cleaned up later. So now what we want to focus on is adding some black to the bait. This is going to be the final color, and we're going to do the vertical perch stripes as well as the back of the bait with a black. So we're going to go ahead and load up the airbrush. Again, we're staying on a very fine air pressure. We want to make sure that we're not kind of overspraying or causing ourselves too much havoc here. So a quick pro tip when you are painting lures, try to paint a couple at a time. You just really save yourself as you're loading those new colors into the airbrush. Makes it easier to clean them, makes it easier to get things done faster. So I'm actually painting the second bait there, and now you see the bait with the black on the back. And now it is time to add those vertical stripes. So how do we add those stripes without going outside of the lines, creating a nice stripe look? Well, I've seen a lot of people freehand, but what I actually do is take a comb that has got some interesting stripe shapes. Take that painter's tape and kind of cover off the places I don't want to bleed through, pinch the comb against the bait, and then I'll take my airbrush and just spray through those slots in the comb. Go as light or dark as you want here. I want a little bit darker. Again, I like the darker colors, and that is kind of what it looks like when you are done. Now you'll notice there's a little bit of gap there on the silver, so I'm going to go ahead and take the airbrush and add an extra stripe there towards the end of the bait just to give it a little more detail. Don't have to be perfect with this kind of stuff. I just like to kind of add as many stripes as I think looks symmetrical. That's just a little bit of my OCD kicking in there. So that is pretty much the bait, guys, right there. I want to take it now to post and show you guys what I've done to kind of trick out the bait a bit. So here's the bait all finished up. We added some dark black glitter to the back, some pink glow eyes, and then the underneath side we actually just left standard with the silver pearlescent and the red paint that we used in the airbrushing stage. The epoxy is a DevCon 2-ton epoxy, and I think overall the bait turned out really nice. And that's about it. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to get back to you on those. Thank you so much for watching CL Fish Bro today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next walleye painting video that will be posted really soon.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not a subscriber already, go ahead and click this button on the right and help us reach 1,000 subs. And when we do, I'm definitely going to be fishing in a T-Rex costume. You also have access to subscriber giveaways, and I try to reply to any comments you post below the videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on CL Fish Bro.